Whew. Okay, folks, welcome back to the channel. It's going to be a quick one today because it is freezing cold. We are here in Southern Ontario. We're in a little cold snap, or a big cold snap. We just got dumped with almost a foot of snow the day before yesterday, and this is how I got screwed. And as a result of that, this is what I had to do. And then now we're like, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like the high today is like -30. Now I know that may not be cold for some people, but you know, for us here in Southern Ontario as wusses, that's pretty damn cold. So anyways, video I want to give you today is just a quick glimpse of Autopilot and its limitations that I encountered a few days back while driving before all this snow and before all this cold snap. Yeah, it was interesting to see. I was trying to put it in Autopilot and it wouldn't go, and there was a sun glare. The video will explain it all, but when I started filming it, it was after the worst of it, and it was just this part and the little nuance and stuff like that. So check it out, tell me what you think. Leave a comment below if you have any opinions about it and stuff like that. What else did I want to mention? Getting back to how cold it is. It is so cold, but you know what? Luckily, I'm probably jinxing myself here. I'm going to find some wood, knock on wood. I haven't had any problems with the charge port freezing up. I didn't last week and a couple days before, where my problem is, like I said in one of the other videos, it's not the charge port lock getting stuck, which is thankful in a way, because then I don't get stranded. It's the lock not engaging up, so it's freezing in the bottom position. I get a charge, but it's limited because the yellow light comes on and it's like half the amps or something like that. So I get charged and it comes out. I don't have the worst of the problem, but I do have a problem. But what I'm trying to say is, when I got home and I plugged in, it was like -30 and -35, even probably colder than that. I just got home, so after driving for about like 45 minutes, the car was warm, plugged in, it went in no problem. I didn't get the yellow light, and I've been trickle charging, and you guys probably all know this. The key is, I find, is if you don't want it to just charge in like 3 or 4 hours and then just sit there for another 3 or 4 hours in this kind of cold, and then the lock freezes up, the little mechanism, what I do is I put it, like, I lower the amps. Instead of 32 is now my maximum, I lower it to about half, to maybe 10 or 15, and it slowly trickle charges all day long, keeping the battery warm. I don't get any snowflakes, I don't get any cold soaks, and the lock doesn't freeze. So now I want to go out and I realize it's been trickle charging really slow all day and I need some more energy, I pop it back up to 32. Now they should make a setting in the app that you can do that, and you don't have to go out to the car to keep doing that all the time. And I come back, I set it to 32, and then it pops up, and not one cold soak, not one snowflake, and the battery's all nice and toasty warm all day long. Try that if you haven't. If you already know that, disregard this whole entire thing. Let's get to the video. Check it out, folks. See ya. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing this hat for Ryan. Okay, folks, here's something that's a limitation with Autopilot. I notice I'm driving, the roads are very wet and shiny because the sun's directly in front of us. I guess this is one of those situations where it's a perfect combination of weather and road conditions. So it's probably pretty infrequent that this will happen. But look down at my screen here, you can see that I'm doing Autopilot speed. Autopilot is coming on and coming off. You don't see the steering wheel here, and you don't see the lines on the road, but then they come up every now and then. I think the camera is having trouble with the reflection of the sun hitting off the wet roads. It's having trouble picking up the lines in the road. So earlier, before I started recording, it came on and off. It was going on and off just like this, and I put it on, just like I'm going to do now, and have my hands on the wheel. And it had actually, the road had turned and it kept driving straight. Luckily, I was paying attention. I had my hands on the wheel, because it just kept driving straight. It couldn't pick up the lines in the road at all. It seems to be doing it a little bit better here, but it comes and goes depending on the road conditions, whether it gets wet again. Now, we're in a situation now where roads are a little drier, a lot drier. But it's a limitation of Autopilot, and I don't know what they're going to do. Like earlier this winter too, with the snowy covered roads where the snow would cover over the lines, so Autopilot wouldn't work, which you wouldn't want Autopilot in that situation anyways. But it just goes to make you think about how they're going to deal with this autonomous driving level 4 or level 5 with all these little elements or little fringe, as Elon says, little things that get in the way that you just can't measure for, you can't equate for. So be interesting to see what they do.